Monica, could you come here, please?
Yeah, what's up?
This person wants me to inform you that you're awesome, and cause you severe physical damage.
Well, isn't that something? You've seen these questions, Harry. Surely you can tell we have some real weirdos in here.
It certainly seems that way.
Just finish up and move on. That's all you can really do.
Yes, all right.
How are you today? That about sums it up. Thanks, Harley, for the fun times.
Well, I felt better when you instructed me to hurt my friend.
Let's see. Flame Salvo, how are you?
2 in a row. I think I'm even better now.
Jan15. Yuri's turn. Hi, Yuri. Let's see. 1. I find it quite impressive that you're able to fluster Monica so easily. She's normally so confident and sure of herself, but at this point, I'm sure you can look at her and just say, Marth, and she'll get annoyed. You should totally try it.
Yes, Smash is quite the sore spot for her. Perhaps she's used to excelling at whatever she sets her mind to. We probably shouldn't antagonize her, but... Monica?
Hey again, what's up?
Marth?
2. I'm sure you're not much of a gamer, but have you heard of / played Amnesia the Dark Descent? I'm 100% positive it's a game you'd love. It's terrifying as hell, but also goes into deep psychological issues with the human psyche and the morals of the 2 important characters.
I've heard of Amnesia, but like so many games, I haven't played it. That certainly sounds interesting, so I'll give it a chance later.
3. I know you asked us to not be too invasive, but did you always have a stutter? I'm asking because, well, I have one myself. I fell in pre-K at the age of 5, pushing my friend in a wagon, hitting my head on the concrete. Since that day, I've had a stutter whenever I talk. It caused me to be bullied a lot and made fun of for it. For that reason, I'm a much more reserved and quiet person, but I've been working hard for a long time to be more open and social. I'm a lot more open now, but still fall back into my reserved tendencies at times. I want you to know that if people really care about and want to listen to you, they will, no matter what. If they make fun of you for the stutter or your shyness, then they aren't someone that'll be important to you, and you shouldn't let that bother you.
Oh my, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope it wasn't too severe of a problem for you. I can't pin mine on any specific incident, it just takes hold when I'm getting nervous. Which is, of course, embarrassing, and only makes me even more nervous. And causes others to laugh, furthering the downward spiral. And suddenly it's no surprise why I avoid social interaction. So yes, I've always had it, and I expect I always will. But you're right, true friends will look past such things.
Finally, 4. Finally, hug tightly and head pats. Apologies for the sudden physical contact, but I feel you might need it for the other parts of this AMA.
Well, you can't really touch me physically, but thank you for the encouragement. I'm sure I'll be okay.
And 7. Oh, here we go. This is it. Do you prefer toothbrush, pen, or table?
I'm not sure what relation these 3 items have. I guess pen.
What's your most common inspiration when you're holding your pen?
I don't necessarily need inspiration to write. I often have an idea in mind beforehand. When I don't have a subject, I find it tends not to go so well. I never like the results when I force myself to write. I get ideas from books, hobbies, events around me, so it's not inspiration I seek, but whatever finds me on its own.
Does the sight of blood turn you on, or was it just because it was MC?
But what, did you really tell you about, I feel so betrayed. I'm sorry, I can't answer this one.
Mario Addict. This is a pretty random question, but do you like board games? Introverts often do, and you're just about the most introverted person I can think of. And if you do you have a favorite?
I don't see what being an introvert has to do with it. I don't have a favorite board game. Just let everyone else pick one we play.
Who's on Pt.20? What do you think of bread? Also, Ooga Booga.
I don't think much of anything about bread.
Tianya Long. Oh hey, before I ask you some questions, can you tell Monica there were some issues with the Natsuki AMA? Lots of weird visual and audio glitches, and at one point this creepy guy with a weird TY speaking style hijacks the broadcast. I'm sure it sounds confusing, but Monica will know what I mean.
I don't know what's wrong with Natsuki's recording. It's none of my business.
Now for questions. 1, as a fellow introvert, do you have any advice for meeting people?
No, if I did, I wouldn't be such a loner.
2, how did you get involved with the literature club?
As before, Monica gave me the flyer.
3. Besides Smash, do you play any video games? 4. Out of the club members, who do you hang with the most? Finally, thank you so much, halibabica, for organizing these. You've been so much fun, and I look forward to your Take-Two mod. I'm sorry it's taking forever.
I don't play video games. I don't hang out with anyone.
And 7. You said Monica was more desirable than all of you, MC, Sayori, Natsuki, and yourself combined. Did you happen to have a secret crush, Miss Yuri?
I never had a crush on Monica. It's just the fact she's more beautiful and talented than any of us can ever hope to be.
Monica mentioned you having a fictional boyfriend from one of your books. Can you tell us about him/her?
Of course she said that. Why wouldn't she assume that my only possible love interest would be fictitious? It's not like I'd ever be attracted to anyone else. Why would I be so stupid as to bare my heart to another person? Why would I be so stupid as to trust? I'm sorry. I can't believe he did that. I just can't. He's the only one who knew. It couldn't have been anyone else. I told him it was the most embarrassing thing I'd ever done. And he just went and blabbed about it. Really? Do my feelings mean so little to him? Sayori can have him. There was never anything between us after all. I'm sorry, but I regained my composure. All right.
Were you interested in a non-literature club boy/girl in the past?
No, I've never had a boyfriend, fictional or otherwise. I don't know why Monica claimed I did. Perhaps she's not as good a friend as I thought.
And 7. What are you looking for in terms of knife characteristics when you buy them?
When buying new knives, I mostly look at aesthetics. Finding unique pieces for my growing collection becomes ever more challenging. Other aspects are secondary, but I try to get ones that are made from quality materials. It's of no concern when I use them at school. I know how to clean and hide it. I bought most of my knives myself, but I've received some as gifts from my parents. The whole collection must be worth a small fortune by now. They are not cheap.
Oh, there was more to that and I just didn't read it. Oh well, Leo 40 read it. Would you smooch a coffee bean?
I'm unsure why anyone would do that.
Did you know you're really cute?
I don't think I'm that cute, but you and others seem to disagree.
Are you into alternative medicines or just mood-based aromatherapy? I'm not asking if you're in one of those BS rub this on your skin to cure cancer things, by the way.
I don't subscribe to alternative medicines. Aromatherapy is fine for mood control and stress reduction. But you should see a doctor for physical issues. Modern medicine has plenty of it covered already.
Hooligans. Hello, Yuri. What is your opinion on Arcanism? They're a really big fan.
I still haven't seen their question. We must be getting close, right? I'll need to see what they're like before I can really say. If they're such a big fan, I'm sure they'll be nice.
Also, I'm curious, do you really dislike Natsuki's poems? I like Natsuki's poems a lot and think they are great, so I'm curious to know if you genuinely dislike them, and if so, why?
Well, let me start by saying there are good things about them. My main criticism of her work is that the poems are too direct. It's like I said when I was giving poetry advice earlier. If a poem has only one obvious meaning, then it loses depth. She believes clarity is of utmost importance, and that the reader shouldn't have to figure anything out on their own. While this is fine for delivering a single message, it leaves the poem bereft of anything else. There's nothing to interpret, there's nothing to discuss. The poem makes its statement and it's over. It's okay to like her poems, and she does often use good themes, but as enduring artwork, they just don't last, that's all.
Yoshidoki48. We know you like things with horror, as well as things that feel immersive. So how do you feel about horror games?
I guess now is as good a time as any to explain myself. Since I haven't elaborated on why it is I prefer books over just about everything else. The key difference between novels and most other mediums is the lack of the visual element. Even manga contain pictures. The reason I enjoy books is because they spark my imagination. With no visuals, I can read the text descriptions and paint the scene inside my head. If there are many details, I get a clearer picture. If there are few, my mind can fill in the blanks. When I'm substituting my own settings and interpretations, the experience is enhanced. I receive it exactly as I envision. And on a second read, I may notice something I missed, and the experience changes. When I'm watching a movie, or playing a game, or reading a comic, I cannot do this. I'm already being shown what's happening. So on top of being less stimulating, there's only one experience I can possibly receive, the only one intended. For that reason alone, even the most immersive things will fall slightly short for me. It's not that they can't be good, they just don't deliver in the same way that books do. Goodness, all that and I didn't really answer the questions.
You know, things like Five Nights at Freddy's, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Amnesia Slender, and so on.
I think horror games need subtlety to be effective. For example, Five Nights at Freddy's. I feel this game is scary for the wrong reasons. It builds tension through repetition and tedium, which lends more impact to the jump scares. In general, jump scares are cheap on their own. FNAF makes decent use of them, but they're still no better than shouting boo. Blood and gore are just as bad, if not worse. For a game to truly horrify, it can't depend on such tactics. It should make you uncomfortable. You shouldn't feel safe. You should dread to press onward, yet do so for fear of lingering. Psychological fear is the epitome of horror. It creates the sense that something's wrong and you can't stop it. I'm looking forward to trying Amnesia.
Follow-up question. Have you read the Five Nights at Freddy's book trilogy? I'm not sure if you have or not, considering the time stuff going on recently, along with how difficult it might be to get a physical copy unless you get the digital version.
I've not read the FNAF books, but what I've heard of the lore is intriguing. I guess I'll be following up on that as well.
Yoshidaki48, have you read Homestuck?
I have not, but I suppose I will be.
Chicken Rolls.
Oh my, this comment is so long it doesn't all fit into view. Can we adjust this at all? That's better. Now let's see.
Good grief. There is a rumor/theory going around that you four escaped from a Portrait of Markov-style human experiment around something called the Third Eye about a year ago. We found research notes, Project Bettina, a picture of someone, as well as Monica telling us called the Third Eye about a year ago. We found research notes, telling us the realization must have taken me an entire year, a year since our escape, our freedom from between the stained walls of that unholy establishment. What does it mean to escape? If the escape fails to unchain the bonds that shackle us in the first place, what purpose could this empty world possibly hold for us, a handful of damaged goods? With freedom, we sought purpose, and what we found was only realization. Realization of the sad pointlessness of such an endeavor. Realization that freeing our bodies has no meaning when our imprisonment reaches as deep as the core of our souls. Realization that we cannot pursue new purpose without absolving those from which we ran away. Realization that the farther we run, the more forcefully our wretched bonds yank us back toward their point of origin, the deeper our shackles dig into our callous flesh. We also found this text. I would tell you where we found it, but you wouldn't believe me. I can feel the tenderness of her skin through the knife as if it were an extension of my sense of touch. My body nearly convulses. There's something incredibly faint deep down that screams to resist this uncontrollable pleasure. But I can already tell that I'm being pushed over the edge. I can't stop myself. Fresh blood seeps through the line parting her skin and slowly colors her breast red. I begin to hyperventilate as my compulsion grows. The images won't go away. Images of me driving the knife into her flesh continuously, fucking her body with the blade, making a mess of her. My head starts going crazy as my thoughts start to return. Shooting pain assaults my mind along with my thoughts. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. How can I ever let myself think these things? But it's unmistakable. The lust continues to linger through my veins. An ache in my muscles stems from their unreleased tension experienced by my entire body. Her third eye is drawing me closer. And this text the same way. Irregular heartbeat, heart palpitations, arrhythmia. I search and search, eyes scanning everything I could find on their symptoms. What is this? Shortness of breath? Chest pain? Dizziness? No, this is all wrong. Elissa's symptoms are nowhere near this simple. I have seen it twice now. The screams of pain, sickeningly pale skin, vomiting blood. There is no other explanation. Other than that, Ranier's information was a complete and utter lie. This can't all be coincidence. It's not possible. I don't know how much of this Ranier is behind, but I do know this. There is something horribly wrong with this family, and I accepted the invitation to become a part of it. I can hear Alyssa's screams through the walls now. I listen helplessly. Ranier said that he would be with her shortly. Is he in her room now? Why is she screaming even louder than before? What do you think of this? Also, what's her last name? One tiny question at the end of all that.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but all of these exact texts appear inside Portrait of Markov. They're spread throughout the novel, and like I mentioned earlier, they hint at the mysterious Project Libitina. Even that woman's picture was shared on the author's Twitter. And this is a work of fiction. How could we possibly be involved?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, and after all that, I can't answer your actual question. I'm sorry, but given the circumstances, I think my last name is best left untold.
Nick Pryor. Not exactly a question as such, but if Monica is still putting the list together, would you ask her to put Higurashi no Nakukoroni on it? It's an anime that I think you might enjoy, given your affinity for horror. Just stay away from the English dub, and don't let Sayori watch it. It can be rough. I would say the same for Natsuki, but if she decides she wants to see it, I don't think it would be easy to stop her.
Very well. If you wish me to see this, I'll give it a chance. I'll advise the others not to join me for it, though I don't know if they'll listen. Either way, I won't need a dub. I can speak the language.
And 7. How much do you weigh? What's your blood type? How tall are you?
Well, I'm 5'5", but don't you know you're not supposed to ask a girl's weight? And I think my blood type is best kept to myself as well.
If you must shed blood, you can probably donate at your local blood drive, depending on your blood type, and if you meet the recs over 110 pounds, over 5 foot for basic, and over 150 pounds, over 5'4" for advanced, you'll be able to save up to 6 lives at once instead of destroying your one.
I can tell what you're alluding to, and I'm sorry, but the logic just doesn't follow. What I do is not a substantial waste.
Camel Trash 88. How many shrimp do I have to eat in order to make my skin turn pink?
Oh, Natsuki told me about the shrimp question. I stand by her assessment. It's highly unlikely that shrimp can turn your skin pink. Unless your skin isn't already that color. Perhaps Steph could find out for you.
I already did my previous math tests. They were alright, but I just took a science test. How well did you think I did?
If you still believe shrimp can turn you pink, I'm not sure how you did on your science test.
And have you heard of Yuri of the Cave on Rus? Statement of question.
This is another name I don't recognize, so it's one more for the follow-up later.
Find the computer room! Do you think Palestine is justified in fighting to defend their way of life from the Israeli menace? Well, I guess that question is a lot more relevant now in 2025.
I don't know enough about the conflict to say. I've always heard about the Middle East being a place of general unrest, but I never concerned myself with the details. If both groups truly believe the land is exclusively theirs, it won't end until one side is eradicated. I think everyone deserves to fight for their lives, but I don't feel that all causes are justified.
Cool guy best. What suggestions do you have for teas for someone who hasn't seriously tried tea before? Do you have any favorites? Do you suggest mixing anything in it? Do you suggest something to have on the side as well?
If you're new to the world of tea, then I'm afraid you have some exploring to do. Tea is highly versatile and comes in many different flavors and styles, even within specific kinds. If you have an idea of the types of drinks you like already, you may be able to find a tea that matches. Oh, sorry for the pun. You could search up how to make different flavors, like fruity or bitter, and hopefully have a good first experience. Some sites also offer beginner packs that come with an assortment, so you can try various kinds and see what you like. Anything you mix in will depend on the type of or the kind of tea you have. I recommend trying unaltered drinks first. Some people add sugar or milk to bitter teas, not unlike coffee. Lemon can be a nice touch for certain types. The kind of tea also affects the food it's best served with. Pastries may seem like a go-to, but they aren't suited to some teas at all. A bit of research can save you some mishaps. Just follow directions and you'll be fine.